Also to let you know, if you would like to turn closed captioning on, you're welcome to do that on your end. I think that was everything I wanted to start with. So just to introduce ourselves, my name is Brianna Hughes. I am one of our STEM reference and instruction librarians. I'm also the Graduate Student Services librarian.
And I'm Erin. I work as a reference and instruction librarian, and I often do some of these co-facilitating workshops with Brianna.
Yeah. I have here a link at the bottom that I can copy and put in the chat. This is where you can access just the slides for this presentation. If you want to look at them later, we'll be sharing those online as well. And I also wanted to, so I mentioned that I'm the STEM reference and instruction librarian. That means that those are some of the departments that I work most closely with.
Yes,
different ones.
Yeah, so I work a lot with social sciences and humanities, like the LLC program, the history grad students, kind of a mix of those departments.
Right, so all of the librarians in our department have programs and departments that they work most closely with. I'm going to put into the chat another link. This is a list to all of the departments and the librarians that work most closely with them. And for those of you in the room, we're going to open this page up a little bit later, so you'll be able to take a look at the list. But of course, you can always view it on our website or through this link here later on. So just to get started, if you want to put into the chat, or you can certainly turn your mic on and share out loud. Just wanted to get an idea of what you all are studying here and maybe what year you are. We've already heard our friends in the room, first semester, right? And information systems?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Give folks online a couple minutes to share that if they want to.
I believe Jasmine Shoemaker is your subject librarian, and she's great. So
okay.
Yeah, so there's a data science information systems library. Yeah.
Director of Graduate Programs at Erickson School of Aging Studies. Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Leanne. And Samita is in information systems as well. Cool. Glad to have you. Language, literacy, and culture. So that's actually one of Erin's departments.
Awesome. Yeah, great, Maria. Yeah, so I'm the librarian for LLC. Great to have you.
Jackie is a master's in gerontology student. I think that's Katie.
That's Katie Sullivan. Yeah. Yeah. These are all colleagues that are excellent. So you have good folks.
Great. So this is a very quick overview, just a nice simple list form of the basic resources and services available here at the library that we thought might be most relevant to graduate students. Under the resources, we have obviously, thank you, Leanne, for letting us know that that link doesn't work. I'll double check it and we'll get that corrected. Thank you. So we have our online databases. That's going to contain a lot of our journal articles, journals, online access to a lot of these readings that you're going to need to access for research. We obviously have books and ebooks as well. Our ebook collection is really robust. Those are all things that you can access online through our website. Our subject guides, we also call them resource guides or research guides. They are a great place for students to go who are looking to explore kind of the top resources for their specific subject area. And we'll show those off a little bit later on today. Locker rental, laptop loan, we're going to also be talking about those. And then our digital media lab is another great resource that I think is kind of underutilized. Our services, so things that we do to help students, we have, of course, our chat reference. You can access that just on our library homepage. You can make research appointments with any of the librarians. Most often people make research appointments with the librarian that's tied to their program. We have interlibrary loan, which we'll be talking a little bit about later on. Events and gallery exhibits through our special collections department. And then, of course, workshops, which you all have found by being here today. So this is our resource, our library here, a great picture of us. And this is our website. You can access us at library.umbc.edu. I don't have, because it's, this is still me. So quick snapshot of what we have at the library: over 1 million books, hundreds of thousands of ebooks, DVDs and streaming databases with video, 300 and 160 plus online databases, and millions and millions of online journal articles. And then to help you navigate all of those resources, you have the librarians here to help. So we also have, again, going to some of these resources, plenty of places that you can study. Some of them require reservation, others do not. And we'll talk about how to find those a little bit later. We have our 24/7 study space in the Retriever Learning Center, locker rental, laptop loans. We also have plenty of computers, desktops that you can come in and just log into and borrow. You can print from those. A lot of them come preloaded with software that students find useful. Our digital media lab, and then our suggest to purchase. So if there's a book or article that you're looking to read that we don't have access to, you can always suggest we buy it. And we'll show you how to do that a little bit later on.
Yeah, so we're just going to show some screenshots and kind of how to navigate. The study space reservations, there is space for group study and for individual study. Smaller rooms, obviously, for individual study, larger for a group. You can, I'll just click into the website here, and you can see they tend to get booked, but you can see today there's a lot during the afternoon, and then the green is any space that's available to book. You can do this, I believe, a couple days ahead of time, so you can kind of look at your schedule and see if there's a room ahead of time you want to book. You would just go to the date you're looking at and make a reservation. If you're on the home page and you're wondering where to find this, this is our home page. You would scroll down and click on places to study. So pretty simple, you can see what we have, click into any of these and make a reservation.
Yeah, and I will mention, you don't have to reserve these in order to use them. If there's an open one, you're welcome to just walk on in and use it. But just keep in mind that there may be someone who has reserved it. So they may come and say, hey, sorry, I've reserved this room, and you'll need to vacate so that they can use their reservation. So you do run the risk of getting kicked out if you don't make a reservation. So we usually recommend it.
And those spaces are like the enclosed places that have a door that you can close. Otherwise, we have lots of table space, open space. You can just find an open table, open chair, sit down wherever. Obviously, no reservation. The library is open for anyone. All right. We do have a 24/7 space. So the library closes. We have our hours on the website. I'm going to click there. Just right here. So usually during the fall, Monday through Thursday, we're open, I'm trying to think, yep, till midnight. And then we close earlier on the weekend. Sunday, we're also open till midnight. We open at noon and close at midnight on Sunday. If you're looking for a space after that, like if you like to study late night, you can use our 24/7 space. It's if you walk into the library, it's the first there's a hallway and a door on your right, opposite the bagel shop, or kind of kitty corner to it. It looks like this. You can swipe in with your ID card, and obviously no reservation is needed. It's just open space to use as you want. There is a virtual study room. So if you like Discord, if you're on Discord, there is a Discord study room that's monitored by students during these hours, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, kind of in the afternoon, evening. And that monitor, sometimes there's like some music playing, or you can kind of check in, and if you like accountability and say I'm working on this project. If not, you can just use the space even when those hours are not being monitored as you want. Lockers. So this can be helpful if you don't want to lug your books around on campus. We have daily lockers and we have semester lockers. You can make a locker reservation on this link. We'll share the slides out as an email after and at the end of this presentation. So it does give the policies. You can just fill out a application form. They're available for 3 through 7. You can just fill out your request here.
And that's for if you wanted to use it for a full semester.
That's right. Yep. You can ask at the desk for like a daily key and just use it for the day. Laptop loans. These are really popular. They go fast. So this would be the, this is if you are interested in checking out a laptop for 7 days. They are, there's not always one available, just to say. So if you're interested in this, you can always go online and check and request a hold. You can see the Dells, the Macs, and the Chromebooks. So if you click on one, welcome, you would see There's a few on hold, some are unavailable, some have due dates. So most of these, I don't think I see one that's available. So what I would do is I would request the item with the blue button, and you'll just link through your account. You'll put in a request, you'll get an email when it's available to pick up. And you would just go to the main front desk on the first floor of the library to take that laptop. It's, again, would be due in a week, 7 days. I just show that actually on the main homepage. Again, this yellow bar is kind of your friend. It gives information about places to study. It gives the equipment. That's how you can check out the laptops. You can also use the slides. There are desktop computers, so you don't have to use the laptops. There are computers scattered throughout the library. If one is open, no students there, you can just take it and use it for as long as you need it. There is a list of software that is available on those. There's a link if you're interested in that. I will also mention something that's popular to know with grad students is there's software available to download on your own computer, which can be really nice. So I recommend taking a look. For students, SAS, SPSS, I always like having the Adobe on my own personal computer. So I've downloaded Adobe on my own computer. So while you're a student here, while you're here working or a student, you can use the software and have it on your personal devices. And finally, we do have an assistive technology room for oral and visual support. So there's a screen reader, it allows for support for hearing, for visual. So just know that's on the 4th floor. This is probably the resource that might be most underutilized, but it's kind of cool. So the Digital Media Lab has computer equipment, but it also has cameras, tripods, GoPros. You can use it for class projects, but you can also just use it. If you want to just do a kind of a fun project or something, you can definitely use that equipment. It's for anyone who's a student or a staff member here. So if we go to that web page, you can see what can be checked out. It's kind of a range of things, nicer equipment, audio, lavaliers. Yeah, kind of a big range. There's actually a projector if you want to like show a movie or something. It gives their hours there, and they're located on the 2nd floor. So those of you who are in the room here today in the library, you would just kind of go around. It's about diagonal, kind of on the opposite side of the 2nd floor here. And you can also book online, like hold an item and then go pick it up. Oh yeah, if you like editing or like video, there is a green screen room, and there's also like a sound, like a whisper booth if you want to do like a podcast, have a very quiet space.
And they have computers in the Digital Media Lab that has some of the more high-tech advanced editing software. So if you need something like that for a project, you can get access to those over there. And those are the only computers in the building that have that software, so you have to use it over there. It is available for you to use.
And then we do have like events and things. There's a gallery here in the space. There's usually an art exhibit every semester, or sometimes it changes out during the semester. We also have a special collections, and they have a fabulous collection of like science fiction, paranormal materials. They have a lot about Baltimore history and UMBC's history, of course. So that's kind of fun, especially for those in the humanities or who are doing like a history project. Definitely recommend checking that out. And it's fun to just explore a little bit. You can kind of browse and see what collections they have. Kind of fun. And of course, check out the gallery as well. It's open usually during the normal hours of the library. Okay, so a lot of what we've talked about, it's like, how can you remember it all? We will share the slides, but there's also a resource guide online. I'll put the link in the chat. Let's see. So feel free to take a look at this guide. It's going to give kind of a basic overview. We'll have the slides to this presentation here. We'll also email them. So kind of an orientation to the library. Kind of everything for just like the day-to-day things that you might use, and then some more intense research resources. You're doing a literature review, for example, a kind of more in-depth research. There's some videos and things to help, different links, IRB, some questions there. So feel free to explore that guide as well.
Yeah, so again, we're giving you a lot of information today, and obviously it's going to be tough to remember everything. So if you don't want to view the recording or the slides, this is probably the best place to go to help you navigate some of the things that we've talked about today. All right, so we're going to show you just a real basic way to search the library's website. So let's say you're working on a research assignment or maybe your dissertation, your thesis, and you want to find some articles or books, something helpful in the library's database that you wanted to access. So you would go to our homepage, which is again at library.umbc.edu. And this box here in the middle is really where you're going to go to start your research. And you'll notice we have some tabs up at the top. If you really wanted to narrow the focus of your search, you would click on, if I was looking for a book, I would click on this tab. If I knew I was looking for articles, I would click on this tab. If you wanted to browse some of our journals, you could go here, and then the same for some of our databases. So to get started, maybe we'll take a look at the books tab. Let's demonstrate this now. I think you have a search demonstration.
I'll do articles.
Yeah. So one nice thing about the journal list, if you wanted to search a specific journal, but you didn't know the name of it, you could certainly type in a topic. And next you would see a list of all the journals we have access to that have biology either in the title or are in some way related to biology. So again, for those of you who are kind of just getting started in your research and you're not quite sure where to go, that's another good option, is just for searching for a journal.
And I will say that will just give you the list of single journals, right? If you want to see the list of all the articles on your topic, I would do an article search. So I will show that. The A to Z journal list I use when I want a very specific journal, if that makes sense.
So for the books, once you do a search and you find a book you'd like to check out, so it's a book that's located in the building, all you need to do to check it out is you bring your student ID to the checkout desk with the book that you'd like to get, and we'll check it out for you. Everything is free. There's nothing that you have to pay for initially. Of course, if you lose a book or you lose the laptop, there are fines that we have with those. But in order to take things out of the library, whether it's books or DVDs, laptops, all you really need is your student ID. The checkout desk, the place to go to do those checkouts, is going to be on the first floor. If you come in the doors, past the bagel shop, through the security gates, the checkout desk is the first desk on your left. Borrowing privileges. So how long do you get to keep a book or a laptop once you've checked it out? So for books, you get to keep it for the entire semester, which is really nice, especially for those longer term research projects, or maybe you're not living on campus and it's hard to get to campus weekly to return something. Media items, so like our DVDs, other things like that, those are only available for 7-day checkouts. And then, as I mentioned earlier, laptops are also available just for 7-day checkouts. Some of those things in the digital media lab that Erin mentioned, like the cameras and lights and things, those have different borrowing periods. So make sure that when you go to check those things out, they will let you know when they're due back, but just keep in mind that they may have different borrowing periods. Do you ever have questions?
Yeah.
Has the library ever thought about changing the book loan period? Because, for example, I needed a book for a class and one student got it and they can have it the whole semester, but then I have to go buy the book. So like, have you considered?
Yeah, so one thing to consider with that, let me actually just show you.
So in case those online didn't hear the question, if you don't mind if I repeat it, the question was, have we ever thought about changing the loan period for books? And the issue that the student raised was, if a student needed to check out a book for the entire semester, but one of their classmates beat them to it to check it out, they're kind of out of luck. And so Erin here is going to pull up something to kind of address that.
So we are part of the USM consortium, so often another campus will have it. Or you can just put a hold request, and then that student who's checked it out will get a message just saying they need to return it within a week or so. So that way it can be shared throughout the class. So to do that, if you are on the home page, the everything search is actually great for, everything meaning like mostly physical items, and most campuses. This will include all the USM campuses, Towson, College Park, Bowie. The books tab here is good for our physical items at UMBC. So depending, so I tend to like look for something in the everything tab and just see all the campuses that have it. We can do,
And by USM, Erin means the University System of Maryland. So for those of you who aren't native to Maryland or don't know this, there are about a couple dozen schools that are all part of the University System of Maryland. And as Erin mentioned a couple of them, Towson, College Park, Morgan State, St. Mary's. There are a number of universities all across the system, and we kind of share resources among the libraries of those schools.
so if someone has checked out a book you want, I would recommend typing in the title and just seeing what other spaces it's available. You can always click the yellow request button. Even if it says it's checked out, that would then trigger an email to that student just saying that someone else needs that book and will have to return it. So you would click yellow request. You'd say what campus you're from. We are at UMBC. And then you would select a pickup location. UMBC, it will come to the front desk. There we go, choose the top, there we go, should have known that. You would do next, and then I will not do this, but I will confirm the request if you wanted it. I don't need this book, so I'm not gonna request it.
A quick follow-up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is why we're here.
For one of my classes, there's like 10 books we have to get. Is there a limit to how many you can put on hold?
So the question is there a limit to how many books you can put on hold? There is no limit that I'm aware.
Yeah, me same.
Yeah.
And the same goes for checking out items. There's no limit on the number of items you can have checked out at any one time. Laptops, that's different. Obviously, you can't have like 3 of the laptops all checked out to one time. But I think your question was specifically about books. And yeah, no limits in terms of requests or books you can have checked out at any one time.
Thanks.
As many as you can carry, I guess, would be the answer.
You can use a locker.
Yeah, that's it.
One note on ebooks. So ebooks come up in the normal search with books. It's counted as a book. But some of the ebook companies have a limit, like a loan limit on it. So you might have to download it for 7 days and then it will disappear after those 7 days. So I usually recommend just taking a look, seeing what chapters you need and just downloading the specific chapters is kind of how I get around that. Or you can always just go back and type it out again or open it up on your browser.
And this is a bit off topic, but ebooks are honestly some of my favorite resources because they're so easy to access. I mean, you just saw Erin just clicked on the link and the book is there. Like it's so easy to get access to the ebooks. They're also really great to search because you just do a Control F and you type in whatever terms you're looking for. Some of them also come with this search within option and you can just type in whatever word you're looking for. And it really makes searching for the chapters you want to read really easy. So I love ebooks.
Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about book searching, ebook searching. That's going to be everything or the books tab. DVDs will show up here as well, this books, music, video tab. So let's talk a little bit about articles. So you can search for a specific article. You can, if you have a journal in mind, you want to look at that journal specifically, you can type in the title here or the topic. But generally, almost probably 95% of the time, I'm using this article tab. And that is because it's pulling from our collection of databases. It has JSTOR, it has Science Direct, it has Academic Search Complete. It's like this one giant search. And so that's usually what I do. So I'm looking for, I don't know. So if I have a topic, I just type it in, I click search. You're going to get, like right now, I'm getting 31,000 results. These are all the articles. Most of them, because we are an academic library, will be academic journals, but we do also have some newspapers and magazines. You can look at the refinement. You can look at how to refine your search on the left. It's this column here. So for example, if you're only looking at peer-reviewed academic journals, you can click on the peer-reviewed text, click box there. You can also say, hey, I'm not interested in articles from 1887. I want the most recent. So you can definitely do the last 5 years or so. I just looked at the publication date. Again, if you are interested in other types of resources, you can see the mix that we have here. I clicked peer reviewed, so they're mostly going to be academic journals.
Resources for searching for articles. You know what I mean? Like
how to search for one?
Yeah, like is there, I might have missed it because I came in kind of late, but
no, we haven't talked about articles.
Like yeah, they have like when you put a star next to it, like, and it means that it's something else, like, is there a resource on that? Related to?
So
You know, like location and stuff.
yes, you can definitely do advanced search.
And that will kind of do the work for you. By using these different lines, it will do the work of using those special characters like you're talking about. We, in the library world, we call those Boolean operators, which is, you know, not necessarily you need to know that, but these different boxes here in the search bar will give you that kind of search.
So for example, if you want to be very specific, you want the article to mention Baltimore or Maryland in it, you can add it. So it's going to be and. So you have this topic and Baltimore, Maryland. Another thing that sometimes comes up, you mentioned the little star. Like if you're not sure how to end, yeah. So if I want gardening or gardens or garden, I can just do the main root word and then put a little asterisk on the end. It will pull up anything that's related to that term. It will start garden. It will pull up gardens, gardening, gardener, if that makes sense. Was that your question?
Yeah, this is really helpful. I guess I was meaning to ask about like Google Scholar because
Yes.
like I know they don't have these functions, but they have different journals than the library provides.
So often, actually, one thing that I recommend is Google Scholar.
So the question was kind of how does Google Scholar differ from our database search that Erin was just demonstrating?
And the answer is often Google Scholar will definitely pull up, here we can do the same search. Garden, yeah, or similar search. Urban garden. All right, so it will definitely give the abstract and the title, but here's the thing, it will not always give you the full text. The trick with that I like to say is once you're on campus, our library is smart and is able to link to Google Scholar, and it will actually give you a link, but it's actually coming from any like closed full text is coming from our library.
So where you see HTML or PDF along that right-hand side, that means that there is a full text option available.
Sometimes it's available. No, NIH is open source. That's going to be available. My goodness, like the UMBC. I know we do have, and so it's actually through our library.
The computer.
Or yes, you do generally because
Not on the computer, but on campus, so it can pick up the IP address.
Okay, thanks.
around it. So this is the cool part. I'm glad you brought up this question. So the question, can I use Google Scholar off campus and still get the full text? What you want to do is create a UMBC email.
Okay.
Doing a search, and it will recognize via your email address that you are a UMBC student or affiliated with the university in some way. Behind paywalls. Because Google Scholar is going to show you some things that we don't have access to. Like you saw, there are a lot of results that showed up that didn't have that or the PDF HTML.
Oh, the NEH is
Yep.
the one.
So if there's something on this list, you're like, oh, that looks really interesting, that's very relevant to my topic, but it's not, we don't have it at UMBC, you can always request it through Interlibrary Loan and we can get access to it. And we'll go down in just a moment. So there are ways to use Google Scholar conjoined with library to really maximize your search.
And it all has to come down to paywalls, right?
Yeah.
Like the NIH is a government site, so it's actually free. But all right. Yeah, great question. So we've talked about searching. We've talked about the everything search. We were talking about. There are also ways to refine. We kind of mentioned doing the peer review limiting or the source type publication date. I would put search on the homepage. There should be advanced search, and that is the one that kind of opens up with the different search boxes. You can be a little more granular and specific in your search. You can go down and click on name, do a date, you can do link, It's a little.
And you've got where you see that and, you can click on the drop down there and it will give you or not. So if you're searching for community gardens in Baltimore or Washington, DC, you would see community gardens, articles about community gardens in DC or in Baltimore. Is that a good way to explain it?
Yeah, generally I tend to use the and the most, even though there's those options, I tend to use the and.
Yep.
Yeah. If you have a specific article that you want, say a professor gives you a syllabus and you have a citation to find, you can just search by the author last name and title. This is also true if you end up on Google Scholar and you see the abstract, but it doesn't give you, have you ever done a search where a pop-up will show and say pay $39.99 for this article? If you've ever seen that. What I do is I copy and paste the title of the article and see if we have it. So I just copy and paste the title in, put it in the article search, just because there are a lot of paywalls with academic articles. So this is, let me find that again. I'm just gonna give an example of a known article that I'm trying to find, food culture and online grading behavior. And I like to do, if there's multiple authors, I honestly just do like one. So we'll do Dang is the author and click search. This is the article. Looks like that's exactly it. I'll click here. And then we have the linked full text. Sometimes it's a PDF, sometimes it's linked full text. Sometimes it might say find it, in which case it will kind of take you through a different database that has it, or it will tell you to request through interlibrary loan. So those are some of the options you might see. This is our full text PDF. So that is the article I wanted.
And now from here, you can read it online. You can print it out if you want to. You can download it to your computer to read later. Or I think you have the option also of adding it to like Google Drive if you wanted to save it in your Google Drive.
Yes, thanks for bringing those up. So let me show those. Yeah, so over here on the toolbar, this is really useful. You can email the article or you can save it. You can also just download it directly from the PDF page. That's what I usually do. The citation option is helpful if you just want to grab a quick citation for it. There's APA, but we have a list. We have MLA, Chicago, lots of citations.
IEEE.
Yeah, IEEE is often good for engineering.
I've never printed anything at the library, I don't think. How much is it for like grad students to print here?
So the question was about printing and the cost. And yeah, unfortunately, printing is not free at UMBC. So you do have to have money on your ID. And there are instructions, kind of a step-by-step instruction on how to do that. If you stop by the checkout desk downstairs on the first floor, they will have a little slip of paper that kind of walks you through the steps for that, adding money to your card. Because once you have money on your card, you can either use one of our printers in the building, or you can through the desktop computers, or you can print from your phone or your laptop as well.
And it's the same cost.
Yeah, I think it's 10 cents a page for black and white.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Per side, 10 cents a side. That's
Yeah.
what it is. You can do single side or double, but it will
Is
be.
there any other method through which we can actually pay for the prints rather than our card?
No,
It's
there's not,
card,
you
okay.
can't use cash. We used to have a machine where you could use cash to add it to your card, but we don't have it anymore. So you really have to have a debit card or something similar and go online, transfer funds from your debit card to your campus ID.
And that was a change that was out of our hands. It was campus services that did that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we
Is
wish,
there a
yeah.
campus card office, do they have anything like that?
That's a good question. So the campus card office where you got your ID initially is in the University Center building, kind of by Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. They may, but I think they got rid of those machines. I think it is all online, but you could stop by and check. That was, I think, a COVID thing, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked just a little bit about saving. You have this toolbar, you can cite, you can save, you can download. There's also the EBSCO folder option. So that is going to be a free account, but you do need to sign up for it. If you search for something, it should show up on the top screen as a sign-in. The first time you use it, you'll need to make an account. So you would sign up here. That is a system that then you can I guess the benefit of that, if you have an account, once you're searching in the library databases, there's these little folders. You can add articles really easy that way to your folder system.
Yeah, so say you don't want to read it right then, you're like, that looks interesting, but I don't have time to read it. You can just add stuff to your folder to come back and read later on.
So that is something to think about. You don't have to do it. I usually don't, but if you're doing a deep research project, it can be useful. And the last thing is just to know, use the tools on the library page once you have an article to save or to cite. The permalink is also really useful because we use a lot of paywalled resources. The link at the top of the browser will break. You'll never get it back. So I recommend getting a citation or getting the permanent link or downloading it to come back to. All right.
So subject guides are something that I mentioned back at the way beginning of this workshop. We also call them research guides, and they are a great tool for students who maybe aren't familiar with some of the top databases or articles, journals, books related to their topic. And so if you go to our...
This was the link that wasn't working. Sorry, guys.
That's right. So if you go to our home, that's actually better because this demonstrates how to get to it. So go to our webpage, homepage, library.umbc.edu. Up here on the top yellow toolbar under research help, select research guides. Okay. And we have a guide put together for every major department program on campus. I know we have a lot of information science folks in the room, so we'll go ahead and look at yours.
Yeah.
There we go. So here you'll see we've put together some of the top places you can go to look for articles, IEEE Explorer, ACM Digital Library. You can also, we have here some business and entrepreneurship databases, places to go looking for newspaper articles, some of the most popular books or places to go to look for books in this topic. And then kind of just based on the major program, we may have some other resources here. So information about patents and the industry. You can come here to search for videos or images, professional organizations, and then finally additional resources. I think we had a few folks that were, what's your major or program?
Public policy.
Public policy. So let's pull that one up here as well. Another helpful thing about these, if you are in your research guide, the profile for your subject librarian is always going to be on the left. So let's say you're in here, you're searching, you're like, I really don't even know where to get started. You can just reach out to Jasmine or whoever your subject librarian is and say, I need help. And we're more than happy to help you kind of get started on your research. So here you can see again, top articles and databases, books, images, all that sort of stuff. So the research guides are really great tools, again, for students who are just getting started on their research or know what database they want to get to, but maybe they forgot how to get to it. This is a great place to go to find the link to those databases.
I'm just add the thing in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Pull that in.
Appointments for students, for research assistants, or like literature reviews.
Yes.
We will meet with students literally about anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Like I've never been able to do that. I don't know where to. Is that
Do
on the
that.
resource
Yeah,
page?
yeah,
I missed
absolutely.
that.
I think that is coming up, but we'll go ahead and address that now. So if you are back on our homepage, under research help, make a research appointment. Okay, so this page, that link will bring you to the list of all the programs and the librarians assigned to them. So if you scroll on down to yours, public policy, you'll here's Jasmine's information, her email address, her desk phone. You can certainly email her directly, or you can click on this button that says schedule appointments, and this will walk you through what her availability, she's already got it programmed in here. So it will only show you appointments that she is confirmed available for. So you don't have to have a back and forth of when are you available? When are you available? And here pick whatever date you're hoping to get in to see her. The times that she's got open are going to show up over here. You'll also need to make sure that her name is selected on the far left, and then you'll just hit continue. You'll be asked to give some information, maybe your name, your program. Is this your question related to a specific assignment that you're working on? And if so, maybe do you have the assignment that you could share with her so she can kind of be prepared for your meeting? And yeah, she may exchange emails with you to kind of set things up. You can meet in person, if that's something that she offers. You can meet virtually, kind of like we're doing today. You can also, of course, have phone conversations as well.
And if none of the times work on her schedule appointment, email, because you'll be able to work it out if nothing on the calendar.
I'm going to add the link to this page also to the chat for the folks online, because this is where you're the best place to go to find out who your subject librarian is, in addition to where to how to make an appointment.
Yeah, other questions or anything there?
Yeah, like after I get a digital media, right, from the place.
Yeah.
So after 7 days, is there any penalty which would be required, which I would have to pay?
Good question. The Digital Media Lab, I think just because they have more expensive equipment, yes, I think there may possibly be an option to extend, I'm not positive,
Okay.
to extend the loan. But if someone's waiting for it, or there's a hold, or just they're not able to extend the loan, you would be fined if it's late. You can ask when you go there kind of what the fee would be.
They also, I think, have it listed here on
Oh,
their
thank you.
policies. Yeah, so they've got replacement fees. I think items after 7 days, you may be charged for the full replacement fee instead of just a fine. So they always often the option of renewing your checkout as long as no one else is waiting for that particular piece of equipment. Any other questions online? Certainly pop it into the chat. If not, we'll talk about interlibrary loan, which I think is another really great tool. So Mita asked, are there any charges for requesting a book increase in case a book is on hold?
No charge. That is all free. And actually, interlibrary loan, any request from any other campus, any request from any other library is all free to you.
Yeah. So interlibrary loan is a really great tool that I think not enough students know about. So basically, we talked about how we're part of the network of the University System of Maryland. Interlibrary loan just takes that another step further. We are part of a network of libraries all across the world. So public libraries, other universities and colleges in other countries across the United States. So if there is an article or a book or something that you want access to and no one in the University System of Maryland has it, we will reach out and find who does. And this is really helpful for maybe more obscure things, older things, maybe a journal article published, 30 years ago. We will find it and get it to you, again, for free. Things that are scanned and available digitally, you will be able to download and get them on your computer. And that usually doesn't take very long to get to you. Once you put your request in, things that are digital often come at at most a couple of days. Things that are physical, so maybe it's a book or an article that hasn't been scanned or they weren't able to scan it. It comes in the mail and you would pick it up here. That does take a little bit longer, obviously, especially depending on where it's coming from. But most things you're going to be getting them digitally, and it really just takes sometimes as little as a couple of hours to a couple of days. Interlibrary loan is very easy to use. If you know kind of off the top of your head what you're looking for, you can come, let me go back to our website. Under research help, again, interlibrary loan, okay, and then I'll take you to this page that we were just on. So you do need to log in, but you're just going to be using your UMBC login and password. That's the first bit of your email address and then the password that you use to log into your email. So once you've, it's already got me logged in here. So once you log in, you would click new request, and depending on what it is you're looking for, let's say I'm looking for an article, then you'd be brought to this form and fill in as much information as you can. There are some things that are required: article title, the name of the journal, and then this tricky little field down here, the not wanted after date. This is kind of confusing. This is just asking you, is there a date by which if we were to get that article to you, it would be too late? Maybe you've already had to turn in your assignment or the semester's over. So you do have to fill that date in.
It's especially useful for books that have to ship from a distance.
Yeah. Oftentimes when I'm doing an interlibrary loan request and it doesn't really matter, I'll just put like the end of the month, whatever. But yeah, other than those three fields, if You put nothing else in, but do give them as much information as you can because it helps them to find things quicker. And then you would just hit submit request. You'll get an email when your item is available to you, either to come and pick up here if it's a physical item, or for you to log into the ILL system again and download to your computer if it's an article. Is there something you were going to say about ILL?
Yeah, just the first time you do need to set up an account. So there's a form. It asks for your name, your email address, and your library ID. This is a 14-digit number. Does anyone have their ID card? You have your ID card? Yeah. So this is actually not the number you've probably memorized, not your student number. It's 14 digits. It's above the barcode, and you would just type that in the first thing. So funny enough, that is your library number. It's the only time I use it.
Yeah.
So, and it's only the first time. You only need to set up your account one time, and then you'll have it the rest of the time while you're at UMBC.
When you are in our database searching for articles, books, if you run across something that isn't available, again, through our catalog or through the University System of Maryland, sometimes there will be so let's say I'm looking for articles about genetic disorders. And here we have, so there's one I can tell because it doesn't say link full text down here that we don't have access to it.
We actually might. The find it
Yeah.
means either another database that we have, it just has to like transfer to the database, or it means we don't have it and it will send you to interlibrary.
Right, so once you click on this, like Erin said, it'll either
Yeah,
say
we don't
check
have it.
catalog, or if other options above don't work, order through interlibrary loan. This is really handy because once I click on this link here, it will populate the form for me with all the information that it pulled from the catalog record. So those are kind of the two ways that you might come across interlibrary loan. Any questions about ILL? It's really great because think about it, it expands the pool from which you can pull resources from to a global scale. It's really great. And our faculty use it all the time. I know Erin and I both use it all the time. It's not just for our students, but students definitely should take advantage of it if they don't already. We talked a little bit about databases. You can get to those by coming to our website and browsing here under databases.
Just quick search, it will show the list.
Thank you. So here we have our 441 databases. Databases are like the top or the most broad level in terms of the hierarchy of articles to journals to databases. Databases are a collection of journals, usually all on the same topic. So again, if you kind of know, maybe I'm an engineering student, you can certainly search by topic or subject. Up here, you can filter out. You also know, you could click on E, go down to E and see if there's anything on here specifically for engineering. But I also know IEEE is a big one for engineering students. So I know under I can come here to IEEE and open it up from there.
But again, I mean, that list covers all the subject areas, all the programs, all the degree programs. So again, that's why we do have those research guides. You can click on your research guide. It's going to kind of have those top databases right there.
You can also filter by type. So if you're curious where all of our newspapers live, you can come over here under all database types and filter just for news sources. And then it'll give you all the 58 databases that have access to newspapers. If you wanted to see all of our media, you could search by show me all the media databases. So that's another time I find going to this database list helpful. All right.
Yeah, I'll just try to touch briefly on this. Say that you're doing a dissertation and you want to see other dissertations. We have a database under ProQuest. You can just do a quick search. This can be useful if you want to see what others have written on your topic for sure. So that's, just know it'd be a very similar search. You can see other dissertations that way. And similar to the other site, you can filter by date, you can filter by full text.
And this is showing you databases, dissertations from across the country and globally. If you wanted to filter just to UMBC, you could do that as well.
Yeah, we have a link for that one. These are all the UMBC dissertations and theses, which is kind of fun to see that. Especially if you have an advisor and you're like, what other topics have they advised on? Or, you know, what are some other students' work? Okay, we are close to time. So just know that kind of as our conclusion, we're going to summarize what we've mentioned mostly before, just some different ways to get research help really quickly.
Was this you? Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can continue.
So if you are back on our library's homepage, we do have our virtual chat, which is available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you're on our webpage, you can just click here on the sidebar. Sometimes there'll be a little pop-up that comes up in the bottom right corner of the screen. There's a librarian on the other side of this waiting to answer your questions. So feel free to type in your question, hit enter, and we can exchange a few messages. And it can be about literally anything. You know, how do I reserve a study room? This printer's not working. I can't find this article. Can you help me track it down? Where do I go to pick up my books? Anything, we'll answer it for you.
And it's us. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like a chat GPT or anything.
Yeah, it's us. Other ways to get in touch with us, we showed you where to find our email addresses. Yeah, you could certainly stop by the desk at the front and say, I need help with X, and we can direct you to the right person to talk to, whether it's us or one of the other departments in the building. We showed you how to make a research appointment, and then of course these workshops like we host. We have a number of them that are kind of geared towards graduate students. Here are the ones for the rest of the semester. We have a couple ones on literature reviews, whether it's a STEM lit review or a humanities social science literature review. We have workshops on those. For those of you who are going to be using EndNote or Zotero and you're new to those programs, we have workshops on that. Creating an academic research poster. We have a couple workshops on those. You can find our full list of workshops on our MyUMBC page, which is how most of you probably registered for this workshop, so this page should be familiar to you. I think there wasn't anything. Yeah, we did that. So go ahead.
Yeah, just quickly, this will be a slide. It's available on the guide. If there's a book you need and you want the library to have it, you can do a purchase request. Just to note, if you click there, it looks like it's a blank form. Don't be fooled. Click the login and you'll be able to make a purchase request. Yeah. All right. We do have our MyUMBC group. You can join and follow. We do have announcements to come out, like new databases or different events that are
happening. We always post our workshops at the beginning of every semester. So if you miss one this semester and you want to catch it next in the spring and you're around, you can do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, anything we can probably
so this is kind of the end of our presentation. Feel free to, if you have to leave, that's fine. We'll stick around for maybe another 15 minutes if anyone's got questions, wants to give any kind of feedback. We are trying to gauge who attends these workshops this semester just to kind of track attendance. So we do, we just put in the chat, and for those of you in the room, you can get this link from when we send out the slides. If you want to, we're not collecting personal information, but you can certainly provide, I'm a graduate student, I'm in this program. And you can also offer, if there's a workshop you would like to see us offer, there's a spot for putting that information as well.
We're really trying to build up our graduate student offering. So like, honestly, if there's a topic you want information on, please put it there. It's like feedback that's helpful for us so that we can improve and make sure we're providing what you need.
The position of graduate students services librarian, which is half of my job, it's a new one. So I've only been in that role for almost a year. So like Erin said, we really are trying to build up the connection we have with grad students. So any input you can give, whether it's about a workshop topic, resources that you feel like the library should have to better support grad students, anything you can think of that can help make your lives easier in the library, please let us know. That would be really helpful.
What's the difference between, I'm sorry, I have so many questions.
No, this is good.
I love it.
These are great.
What's the difference between the STEM literature review and the social science?
Great question. So STEM would specifically be for like anything in CMNS, any programs in like the computing natural sciences program or the engineering co-ed. The social science literature review is going to be good for anything in CAS. I believe public health is in CAS.
Public policy.
Public policy.
Policy, but my research is like STEM research, but I
You
don't.
could definitely go to the STEM literature review then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no like, we're not like tracking anyone by
Yeah,
name.
you don't have to like
Yeah.
show identification when you
No.
come in. Yeah,
No, no, no.
so if you feel like your research more is in the STEM focus, come on to
Yeah.
so the first one, the introductory one, is tomorrow, and I'm actually leading that one as well. So if you've never done a literature review before, that's the great one to start with. And we also have an advanced version. So for students who have done a literature review, but maybe want to brush up on kind of what it is and some tools, tips and tricks, you could go to the advanced one, or you could do both.
Or you could watch the recording if it doesn't work for your time.
Is is there a preparation for the STEM literature review? Because
Nope,
like
you
I
just gotta
saw
show up.
online that you guys were showing that there was literature review resources, but I was trying to find on my phone while you were talking about it, like I was unable to
up.
find
Yeah.
it.
There's no prep. You can just show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't
um,
even have to be working on a literature review this
Yeah.
semester. If you're like, I know one day I'm going to write one, I kind of want to know what to expect. That might be another reason you would come. So, oh,
Could you my MVC?
yeah, the resource guide.
Or, yeah, that works too.
See, we don't have it linked anywhere yet. I can't get to it from the website. There we go. So under research, I think is where it was. Yeah, literature reviews, systematic reviews. We have some resources here from other libraries. We
And
have the
old
recordings from last semester's workshops. More information if you're doing like a systematic review or evidence synthesis, links for that as well.
That's in the resource. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll send the link out, but if you want to find it, it's let's see, I think we have a site for it. It's lib.guides.ubc.edu/grad student.
Any other questions or thoughts from either online? You can certainly unmute and put it in the chat. I think we had a question in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, so are there any certifications which are being provided by the library itself? Because so in my undergrad, there were some certifications which were being provided by the library, which might be from like a different organization, whether it might be Cisco, which was related to networking, or which was related to some organization through, okay, these are the certain amount of videos and certain amount of quizzes which I need to solve. So that I'll be able to get a certification. So is there any way I can?
It's a cool idea.
Great question, yeah.
But I can't think of anything like that. We do have, kind of, that made me think of, we do have a couple workshops and tutorials about things that are maybe very specific to a field. Like if you are ever going to be doing patent searching, we do have a workshop about how to search for patents. Same with R and MATLAB. We do have workshops and tutorials on those pieces of software, but there's no certification that comes from completing those. But no, that's a really interesting idea.
In one thing to note though is like, if you have like a full CV, like a resume, sometimes people have like a professional development section. You could put workshops you've attended at UMBC, like as a line on that. It's not going to be a certificate. You're not going to get a certificate, but
Yeah.
Professional development, this could be something, yeah. Especially something that's like a harder skill, like MATLAB or yeah.
Wait, are you a graduate student?
Oh yeah.
There's a program. I attended the workshop, I think yesterday. No, that was Sunday. Last week, Friday. It was like CERTL. Have you heard of CERTL?
Okay.
Certificate of
Yeah,
Great point.
it's a certificate.
We're gonna pull this
Yes,
resource up.
that's
That is
so
a
good.
good one. Yeah.
You can
to know
get
about.
different there's different badges too that you can receive from each level. And there's 3 levels, and it's a really good program because like I'm doing it because I'm trying to decide if I want to teach or do research. And it provides opportunities for both of those. So maybe you could look into that.
So the question, we're kind of for those of you online, if you can't hear, we're talking about different kinds of certifications or courses that you could take to be certified in something for graduate students. And one of the folks in the room mentioned CERTL. And so we're gonna, what we're looking at now, this is Promise. They are a group on campus that does a lot of thinking about helping graduate students prepare for like the professional world after graduation. And
I know that they are the ones that help with Certle, however.
We just did a Google search.
Oh, here's Certle.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
right there.
There is a website for Certle. Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up. They do have certifications. I think in different, either like teaching tracks or other tracks. So that will be in, we should actually add that
Yep.
to our
We'll
email.
add that to our resource guide.
Yeah.
Thank you for. sharing
And
with
to the
us.
email, we will send it out an email with the recording and the slides.
Yep.
And we'll have this link too. 'cause
Yeah.
That came up.
I'm so close. I'm just trying to find the literature review. I really want to do a literature review this semester.
Let me come over. Yeah.
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 While Erin's working on that, are there any other questions either
So you are
online
here. Click
or
on the, yeah, research
the
and then
room.
scroll down. It is harder on a phone sometimes,
I'm
sorry.
really grateful
We're
that you all
keep
came.
scrolling. I'll have to scroll
If you have friends that you think
Yeah.
might
So
be
once-
interested in this information, feel free to forward, because we're
go to
only
the
gonna
top,
send out the
tab.
email to the folks that register for the workshop. But if you have friends
It
you
looks a
think
little
might
better on
benefit
the
from some
wider
of this
screen.
information, please feel free to
Those are
forward
the
the
resources.
email with the slides and the recording to them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
perfect.
or send them a link to the resource guide.
Yeah.
You know, we just want to spread the
Yeah.
word
About,
about
like,
resources for
literature?
graduate students.
Yes, that's great.
Cause I've done literature reviews, but
Looks like
it's
no
just like,
questions
oh,
online,
like fill in
so
the boxes.
that's kind
I
of
don't
it.
know.
I appreciate y'all coming.
I don't even know.
Thanks so
the
much,
literature.
Thank you for having us. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.
I would recommend, all the above, like, look at those. I would definitely make her
Right.
appointment with Jasmine.
Thank you,
too.
everyone online.
If you wanted
for
to.
coming to the workshop.
I don't know which one.
We'll see you later on
I
this
guess I
semester.
could watch both of them, but I don't know which one would be most helpful.
Yeah, if
Are
you
they
have
that
questions,
different,
if
or-
you're available for the live session, you can always ask there.
Mm-hmm.
But the, I don't teach personally the STEM one. I know that Brianna and STEM librarians, they do. I think honestly, the first one that they do is pretty comprehensive. So I would actually probably start with that one.
Okay.
And then if you're like, oh, I have more questions, you could do.
There
that
is
again.
some overlap of
Yeah.
information between the introductory and the advanced. We just kind of, in terms of how we present it, the advanced version, we just go into it assuming everyone knows what a literature review is and has some experience either reading them or writing one. If it's something totally new to you, I usually recommend starting with the introductory one, and then if you can make it to the advanced one, feel free to come to that one as well.
It's pretty comprehensive too. Like, it's not just like, what is like, it goes into some very practical things
How to,
you can do.
you know,
Yeah.
I guess my final question is like, how do you write a successful literature review?
Practice.
a
Honestly,
lot of
reading,
work.
I find that it's helpful to read good examples.
Okay.
So if there's some journal articles that you think do a really good job of synthesizing, you could ask a professor. Probably anything on the syllabus, or anything that a professor recommends. Kind of see that I find a really successful literature review is one that's able to take a large body of literature and distill it into themes and make sense of it.
Okay.
And it also, the most important thing is that it shows a gap that you're able to fill with your research.
Okay.
You're able to say, okay, this is what's being written, but this is what's missing. This is how I'm going to contribute with my article.
A good way to find examples is to really just I did a search under articles for literature review, and then I added later on public policy, and these are all, so
Yeah.
you can just come in here and read, you know,
Yeah.
just to see what one looks like, how the authors, you know, put it together.
And just to say, this is a specific type of literature review that's like the only thing in that article is a lit review.
Yeah.
Probably what you'll do for your assignments is like a piece of an article. It'll be a little bit shorter than this.
Okay.
But that's a really good example that Brianna just showed.
That's helpful. I need help with one thing before
Yeah,
I leave.
of course.
Can you show me how to put a book on hold?
Yes. Do you have a laptop
I
here?
do.
Yeah, we can easily do that. Are there any other questions for you guys?
Not yet, but
Thank you
it
for
was
Thank
really.
you for coming.
Good, excellent. We'll send the email, like I said, forward it to anyone.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a great day.
Have a
Yeah.
good day.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a little tight in this room. Thanks for navigating.
This would be a great grad student space.
Yeah, it
So
is nice. that
We
there
are
is-
working on a lounge for graduate students. It's gonna be on the 7th floor. The space is ready. We're just waiting for the furniture to be delivered.
Okay.
There will be an announcement on our MyUMBC page when it is open for grad students. Because yeah, that's something that students have been asking for a long time.
I wonder if there can be like reservations, because I know a lot of people are gonna wanna be there.
I know, I was worried about that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't
it's
think
gonna
so.
be
It's
tough.
really kind of like this. It's like an open space. So yeah, I think you're right. I think initially it's gonna be jam-packed. And so probably not super effective, but maybe once the hubbub dies down. I'd like a bigger, like as big a space as they're willing to
I
give us.
know.
So I'm gonna keep petitioning for more and more space.
Research.